Hello everyone and welcome to Farming Simulator 22 for No Man's Land. This will be a roleplay event. So let's go ahead and get started. So we got a letter from our grandfather, actually his attorney. Our grandfather is leaving us his old farm, and it happens to be way out here in the middle of nowhere. And as you can see, there's nothing around. Seems like town ends right at these gates. So we went and talked to these people inside the shop, and they happened to let us inside, and they closed the gate behind us. So all we have is this beautiful truck and a chainsaw. We have right at $5,400 in our bank account, so we've never been to our grandfather's ranch. He got with our grandmother before our parents were born, and we've all heard stories. So whenever Grandpa married Grandma, they just decided to move into the city and start their life there. So nobody's ever seen this place. It's probably run down. So we'll take a look. In the letter, they said just to follow this road and it'll lead right to the property. You can't miss it. So a little bit of backstory on this. We just graduated college. This truck was a graduation gift from our parents, and we just inherited our grandfather's land. Our grandfather is still alive and well and kicking. He's an ornery old SOB, but you know how grandparents are. So it looks like this is his old farm. Okay. Let's get out here and take a look at what we got. Okay, so looks like we have an old rundown silo. It's probably filled with rust on the inside. It's pretty rusty, and silo is empty, so we have no crops. We have a water tower. Okay, so we have water, and look at this beautiful pond. I bet you there's some really nice trout or something in there, maybe some bass. Well, I know where I'm going to be spending most of my free time. I got a little shed here. Oh, no, looks like a workshop. Okay. Little workshop. Work on our vehicles. Not bad. And looks like we have a little plot of land as well. So not bad. Looks like potatoes was in it, and looks like Grandpa never harvested it or anything. So they're all wilted and moldy and all kinds of stuff. Got a bunch of trees around us. Okay, so the house itself, we have a old fence. Makeshift barn. Okay, or a shed, I'm sorry. The outhouse. There ain't no telling how bad this is. Oop, climb up on top. Yeah, that's gonna have to go bye-bye soon. And the house. Now, we did call the electric company, and this place does have electric, so yeah, it's got electric. So the electric has been turned on. So we do have electricity. Yeah, I'm not sleeping on that. No telling how long that's been moldy or anything. Up here, looks like some old storage that Grandpa used to have. A bathtub that, yeah, well, not using that. An old Atari system. Oh, Grandpa was a gamer. That's probably what he had. Got an old washer. Seen better days. A little kitchenette area. So yeah, this place is pretty run down, but it does have a TV, and oh, we have a heater. That's going to come in handy on them long, cold winter nights. And a couch. Yeah, I'll probably just throw a blanket on that, cover up all that, and sleep there. I'm not sleeping in that bed. An old TV. So okay. So we have the basics. At least we have a place. Let's turn off the light, save a little bit on the electric bill, close the door. Don't want any varmints getting in. No shrews or rats or anything. Okay, so what are we gonna do? I guess we'll start cutting down trees and and getting them sold. Now, I have heard that this area is a lot of forestation places. As you can see, there's trees everywhere. So, where should we start? How about over here? We'll clear out some of these trees. Go ahead and delimit. Cut that piece off. Okay, cut. That's a small piece. We'll just load that in the back of our truck. And how about we pop the tailgate down? Okay. So I probably won't get much for that one. Let's see if we can get a little bit bigger one. I want to kind of keep the trees around the house. It kind of gives it that old-timey cabin in the woods type feel. So let's go over here behind the silos. Here's a good size one. Let's try this one. Now we're not too strong, so we probably can't get them too long, especially around the base. They are pretty heavy, that's for sure. And I keep on putting that darn thing away. Don't want to put it away. Get it cut up into manageable sized pieces. Yeah, we'll start with that. You know what? We might bring the truck over here too. Plop that on in. Put one strap on it so it don't roll around while we move. Now it's pretty compacted over here for the ground. Plus we have four-wheel drive, so we shouldn't sink. I say we shouldn't, but we might. It is a pretty decent sized truck. Climb up here. Get that undone. Alright, let's get this truck loaded. Yep, wrong way. Losing my bearings. Yep, I wanted to go in straight. Straight as possible, anyways. Oh, come here, bugger. Might be able to get a couple more pieces. I think this piece is going to be about the last one we can fit in here. Don't want to load my truck down too much. I just got it. Okay. See if we can get some straps on this thing. There. There. Alright, let's go into town. Actually, yeah, we're already sagging a little bit. Just back up here. So the big building that we were at when we first came in through the gates, and that's a shop, and they have all sorts of things. Ooh, trying to stay on the road a little bit. They got tractors, trailers, combines, just anything that a farmer will need, or a homesteader for that matter, like we are. Well, I went in there, and I had to use the restroom in there when I first got here. So they did show me a catalog, and they have some pretty good stuff. And they're the ones who told me that, if I chop down some of the trees, that there's a place right outside the front door that'll buy the logs. And that's pretty much what we're going to do. So we're going to go right here. This is where we're going to sell them at. So pull these straps off. And just start pulling them down. But I think to make it a little bit easier later on, the first thing we're going to buy should be a trailer. Nothing big, nothing fancy starting off. We're not going to have that much money. But just something where we can get more logs, less wear and tear on the bed of our truck, and, more logs, fewer trips equals more money. Alright, so we're going to go in here and we're going to talk to this guy and see how much we can get. Okay, so the guy gave us $1,078 for that, so that's not bad. So let's go ahead and fold this. Let's go talk to the lady in the shop, look at the catalog, and see what kind of trailers we have. Open up the big door. Those are some big doors. Of course, I guess if you have tractors, you're going to have big doors. Hello, ma'am. So for trailers, see, these are mainly for grain, I believe. Yeah, these are all grain. We have some trailers for bales. Let's see. Now that one would be good. That's 8,000. It's not too bad. A couple more trees, we can get that. So yeah, I think we'll go back, cut down a couple more trees, and yeah, we'll wait till we get 8,000. Oh, starting to lose control. Took my eyes off the road. Tried to take a sip of coffee. Got a lead foot too. And that's how accidents happen. Of course, there's nobody out here to get into a wreck with, but I don't want to, flip my truck or anything. Okay. So we could probably get some of the smaller trees out of the way as well, but the bigger ones are the ones that I'm interested in. So let's pull over here where we can see what we're doing. Now we do own the majority of these trees as well. So I think that is what we'll do. So I'm not going to bore you with it. I'm going to put this on a time lapse. But I will see you again whenever we get a full truckload. Okay, guys. So we got a full truckload. So let's see how much we'll actually get. Got a lot of wood. $1,767. So I believe we have enough money for the trailer. I believe it was 8,000. Let's go check. Yep. Excuse me. It was 8,000. I think we'll just do stock. It's about all we have money for anyway. Let's go take a look at our new trailer. So it's not that big, but we should be able to get a decent amount of logs on it. Now this does have a hydraulic piston, so whenever you lower it down, it actually tips up, which I'll show you here in just a second. Let's go ahead and get it hooked up. Oop, backing into it, went underneath the truck. So it actually looks pretty good with our truck. But like I was saying, it's a hydraulic, so it actually tips back a little bit, and it helps load like small equipment up a lot easier. So let's go ahead and we will get another load. After all, we just spent $8,000. We only have $231 left to our name. Oh, starting to fishtail a little bit. Mama always did say I had a lead foot, and one day it'd get me in trouble. So it does look like we have a little trail here that leads to the back part of our property, which is a bunch of grass. Now, I have heard that we can, make a pretty decent amount on silage. The way you make silage is you mow the grass, you bale it up, and then you wrap it. So we might get us a mower and at least get this mowed. So we would need a mower, which I'd like to get a little mower for like around our property. Just make the grass look nice. Our front yard, here around the house. Maybe take out, some of these bushes eventually, but at least get the yard mowed. It's one thing that I've always been a stickler on, is having a nice front yard. Not necessarily a big yard, although a big yard is nice, but having a nice yard. So you can see it's pretty overgrown. Now we might keep this tree here. It does look nice, and a tree in the backyard, a couple of trees in the backyard, but I would like to get all of this mowed, maybe get some grass seed thrown down on these dark patches. But I would like to have a nice grass. And I know that this is all dirt. I would like to eventually to get a gravel pad. Maybe not under the shed. But, well, yeah, it would just look out of place. But at least get, a couple of truckloads of gravel in here. Because if it rains, this is going to turn to mud. And you're going to have the mud streaks from the tires. It'd look really bad. So, a gravel pad would be nice. So that would be another thing that we'd work on. But eventually, I do want to get this nasty, moldy, disgusting house out of here. And maybe put us up. I mean, we have a whole bunch of trees. Let's build us a log cabin. But I think... Sorry, my dog. You can probably hear him in the background. I think I'm going to go ahead and get this trailer loaded up. I'll time lapse it so you don't have to sit here and watch it. I don't want to bore you to death. So I'll see you guys whenever I get another trailer. Alright guys, so it is getting a little late, but we finally got a full trailer and a couple of smaller pieces in the bed of the truck, so let's go sell it. It's starting to get dark, so there really ain't. I'm going to tear up the trailer. Ran over a log. See if I can get that out from under there. Well, let's see how that does. Well, I guess we're just going to drag it with us. Looks like it's caught my fenders. But yeah, it's starting to get... So, and that's what happens when you have a lead foot. See if I can roll this back. Oh. Okay. So watch the speed limit. Probably did some damage to our truck, but I did get the one with the roll bars. It probably just has some dents. Let's hope. Okay. Looks like I lost a log too. That's okay. We'll find it. But that's what happens whenever you work late at night. We did drive all the way up here from another state too. So we were already tired. We probably should have been paying better attention. But we live, we learn. Make sure these are well inside the cubicle. We do have a headlamp on with us. Alright. $2,541. So that's pretty good. So all together today, made about... Well, we can check the finances later. But there is something that I wanted to check. So I remember Grandpa talking about whenever he was cutting down trees and everything, he had a backhoe. Or a bobcat, not a backhoe. A bobcat with an attachment. Now, let's see how much one of those will cost. They're probably not cheap. But for them bigger, longer logs that are too heavy to pick up by hand, they'll probably come in handy. Skid steers, 35 grand. So I think right now that's what we're going to work up to. So 35 for that. Flip a couple of pages. And 2 grand for that. So we can actually have enough money for that, but I don't want to spend money until we actually get it. We will need a stump grinder eventually too. Possibly. I don't know if we're really going to do anything with that area yet, but I'm sure later on we will. So 37,000. Yep, 37,000. So that is what we're going to work towards, unless something else comes up. Hopefully I didn't damage my truck too much. No, it still looks good. What about the trailer? No, these things are durable. That's for sure. They're durable. But when you pay extra because, you got a lead foot and accidents happen, it's the main reason that I got this brush guard right here. Just in case something like that happens, it ain't going to tear up my front end. Or if I hit a deer or something, I ain't got to worry about it going through and destroying my engine. But I think we're going to head back, go sleep on the couch because I'm not touching that bed, and I think I got some extra blankets in the back of my truck. But we'll see what we can do. I did pick up some stuff for supper on my way in. So let's go and make us a decent supper and get some sleep, and we'll get back at it in the morning. But so far it's nice out here. It's quiet, there's nobody around. Way off in the woods. Of course, town is on the other side of that fence back at the shop, so we're not too far away in case we need something or an emergency happens or something. But it is quiet out here. It's just us, lots and lots of acreage. But I think we are gonna try to back in here. I'm not really good at backing up, but I don't want to leave my brand new trailer out. And as you can see, it's really hard whenever it's completely dark out. Well, it didn't hit the fence. Okay, I think that should be good, and we'll go ahead and back up and not hit the fence. We'll go ahead and back up in front of the door. I think maybe a light eventually. Turn my headlamp on. Maybe a light pole or something. Maybe right here eventually. Just so we can see what we're doing. As you can see, there's no lights. I mean, you got the lights in the shop. Those are the emergency lights, and you got the light out here. But whenever it's dark out, and it's not even that late, but whenever it gets around midnight, if I need you to come out, it'd be pitch black. So that might be something we look into eventually too. Well, everyone, I hope you enjoyed this episode. Make sure you like and subscribe if you want to see more. I will be posting more videos probably a couple of times a week. So yeah, we'll get us some food cooked, get us some supper, and I gotta go pull the blankets and food out of the truck. But this is where I'm more comfortable sleeping tonight instead of there. That's for sure. So I will catch y'all guys on the next episode.